A very good evening. Thank you very much for choosing GHOne TV. It's a delight coming your way this evening with the latest happenings throughout the country. Well, be my guest within the next 1 hour as we come deep and bring you all the analysis, all the details, all the news items you're looking forward to tonight. We'll talk about business. We'll bring you some sports updates. We'll refresh you with local stories, and we'll make sure that we deliver on our promise of bringing you the best of politics. Well, just before we bring you the details, let's look at some of the top stories that we have for you tonight. Coming up in the next 60 minutes, families in state of confusion as mortuary workers refuse them access to the mortal remains of their deceased relatives as they strike over better working conditions.
They are on strike, so it's either we take our bodies to a private morgue or we keep them here till they resume their strike, and it's really affecting us.
Also ahead, Vama Obaka and 12 others members of Democracy Hub remanded by court until 8 October. We shall tell you more. In your election hub tonight, running mates of the two leading political parties are proposing to deal with the illegal mining if elected in the December polls. But the question is, are they committed to these proposals?
Now, by that, gold denied the young Tom Mamono. Now, by the gold denied,
In business tonight, government appoints new managing director for ECG. We shall tell you more on this particular development. Well, tonight we have these and many other interesting stories making the 1 hour bulletin. Stay with us as we share all these details and many more with you, even as we bring you some sports updates and refresh you with some more local stories. My name is Kweku. Thank you very much for choosing GHOne TV. Let's take our very first story for this evening. And here, relatives of deceased persons were left stranded at the Kweku Mortuary as on Thursday when they went to pick up their mortal remains for burial. Well, this is because mortuary workers have commenced their announced industrial action in demand for better conditions of service. My colleague Evelyn Araba Aid visited the Kweku Mortuary where the bereaved stood feet away from the mortuary at the mercy of the workers and reports.
Already with heavy hearts, a set of bereaved persons were stopped and turned away from accessing the entrance of the mortuary. The main gate to the mortuary under lock with red banners displayed. These relatives had come to make payment and paperwork to get the body of their relative for a funeral to happen this weekend. But things took a different turn.
Nipa wa it was a Saturday ebe yi no nti enu nti na ye ba Saturday eba be yi nipa it was a be payment ye be bibia say na be Saturday ebe ko ntem ama ye ye mpa ebo ni say o betumi aye hu bibia ama ye fi say aye nhihye nyina for ayi no amba so a wintini ni nipa na and the ebe ha adwen ji say ebusuafo no san ko class na ye hwe de ebe fi say aha me gira no cemetery na me free no yakoye bibia wo ho. It's a Saturday basso.
This is the story of not just them, but other families in similar situations.
abawo gbonyo ni mu eto ede efie no fe no ehwe ni efie no fe no ni bia no na abawo na ka mete strike ambulance bi ma mo chama me na no chumo be chan ka ofi dem mo no chumo.
Another family that preempted the situation had to convey the body of their relative to a private mortuary, but not without some difficulty with paperwork.
They said they are on strike, so it's either we take our bodies to a private morgue or we keep them here till they resume their strike, and it's really affecting us. So we came for our bodies on Tuesday to a private morgue, and we are coming for the paperwork to take to the private morgue. It's really frustrating because it's also at an extra cost, and it's very frustrating.
Away from the families, drivers are also feeling the impact. These fleets of hearses remain parked due to the strike.
Yeah, impachone and Kweku because Ejumana omat mortuary anymore.
However, attempts to get leadership of the Mortuary Workers Association proved futile, but the government has assured of their commitment to get their concerns resolved immediately after a sermon by the National Labour Commission. Evelyn Araba Edu, reporting from the Kweku Mortuary.
Well, but it appears the case is different in the Ashanti region as mortuary workers at the Kweku Teaching Hospital and other facilities were found working. Well, my colleague Justice Bediako has more.
Here at the Kweku Teaching Hospital in Kumasi, unlike other facilities where mortuary staff or mortuary attendants are on strike, here they are busy working. As you can see from the background, the people you see there have come to take a body, and so they are going through the documentation, and after that the body will be released to them for burial. So like other facilities here, the Kweku Teaching Hospital mortuary attendants are working. The information I have picked from management of the facility is that here in Kweku, the staff do not lack PPEs, and everything that they need to make their work comfortable, management has provided for them. My checks confirms that even the CEO was once working at the pathology department of the hospital, and so he understands the language of the mortuary attendants. So they make sure that everything that they need is provided for them, for which reason today, even though National is on strike, but they are here working. For GHOne News, Isaac Justice Bediako reporting.
Well, wherever you are in the country, you could also share your thoughts on the mortuary workers who are on strike, and definitely will make your voice heard. Let's move on to other stories tonight. And here, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has vowed to go after state agencies that refuse to give credible data and information to the office. Well, according to the OSP, many state institutions give data on corruption, which is inaccurate. Well, a charge that is criminal. Well, as the country gears towards the 2024 general elections, illicit financial flow is projected to go up. Stakeholders estimate that over $80 billion are lost annually due to illicit financial flows into the African continent.
Speaking at the Ghana Integrity Initiative Stakeholders Forum here in Accra, spokesperson for the Office for the Special Prosecutor, Sami Dakon, revealed that the OSP only goes after politically exposed persons involved in corruption.
Now, if you take any of the law enforcement agencies, whether OSP or EOCO, we are empowered by law already to demand information from any government agency, and a refusal by any government agency to grant us information is a criminal offense. And we can meet out that, we can charge whoever is responsible for giving that information if the person refuses. So in terms of demanding for information from government agencies, it may not be an issue for us. I think the real issue is what we call credible data. So for us, we are interested in credible data.
Sami Dakon also revealed the OSP has commenced investigations into illegal mining activities in the country.
We circumvented the processes by giving maybe somebody incentive, blah, 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 and allow him to be in the forest reserve. Then we will come. So ours is more difficult and more nuanced. Even us at the OSP, we are doing our investigations into illegal mining separately from the simplicity of somebody has mined without a license, somebody has gone into. Those are for the police to be dealing with. Ours takes a bit of time because we need to be going around to be sure that money exchange hands before the person going to the field.
But the Ghana Integrity Initiative is pushing for the application of sanctions to be meted out to individuals who fail to declare ownership to the Office of the Registrar of Companies under the Beneficial Ownership Transparency. Michael Brady, Fundraising Manager, Ghana Integrity Initiative.
Whenever there is a change of government, people quickly rush to go and open or set up companies. Why do they do that? They do that in the anticipation that they would get a contract. And some of them, it ends up not executing the contract well or at all, executing it at all. Now, these individuals who go, half of them sometimes are political actives, political individuals. So what we say is that when these individuals go and register the company, we want to know them.
Well, bringing you more local stories, and here some patients who throng to the Ejumako District Government Hospital to receive treatments are often forced to sleep on plastic chairs and benches due to inadequate hospital beds. EIB Network's Central Regional Correspondent, I'm talking about Yabwejan, reports that this situation is affecting quality of healthcare delivery in the facility.
Plastic chairs and benches have become the replacements for beds at the Ejumako District Government Hospital in the Central Region. Patients who visit the facility are forced to sleep on these plastic chairs while receiving treatment. This is because most of the beds at the facility have broken down. Dr. Daniel Akwa is the acting medical director of the Ejumako District Government Hospital.
So we are greatly honored to have the Ejumako Teachers Credit Union come to donate 10 beds to the facility, and we believe that this good gesture is going to help solve some of the problems that we have. We are hoping for a long-lasting relationship with the credit union, and we are hoping that in future they will even collaborate with us to further expand other areas of the facility and make the delivery of healthcare in the facility one that everybody desires.
The District Director of Education of the Ejumako Enyan ACM District, Sabina Abba Wilson, also outlined other challenges facing the hospital and appealed for support from the public.
Machines bebre assay ntina ye hiamboa na yede to credit union for wonenyim na we tuma no pe wa beche hene bi nta oboboa hene adwuma ye individuals organizations bia won so obotum wa aboa hene bi inye computer nkote ye hia printer because ye print ye adwuma bia ye be bia order ye print nti ye hia printer so yes account nti obi obotum wa aboa ye PCB no nye printer no so ye beda na se.
To help remedy the situation, 10 hospital beds and 2 computers were donated to the facility as part of the 30th anniversary celebration of the Ejumako District Teacher Union. Dorothy Ansa is the CEO for the Ejumako Enyan ACM District Teacher Credit Union.
So the 30th anniversary. Nti saying that you Kweku azibebre. In the Yakache Ejumako Health Service hospital bed 10. Nyan bota in the young one be broke hospital yampa wandado. No my and the air hospital na in yampa sondado. Na ho sam kese papa nti hu da bobo da at the bed kwa hospital no. Afif the education dey be say bibia digital. Won so won hia computers wo bo won eduma ya na atuma akodo nti no so ne yakache computers ebien da won so for.
Well, bringing you more stories, parents have been charged to support their children's participation in extracurricular activities, citing benefits to creativity and environmental awareness. We're speaking at the grand finale of the 5th School Sanitation Solutions Challenge and the 3rd Children's Sanitation Fair here in Accra. National Director, World Vision Ghana, Laura Christina Del Valle, emphasized the importance of access to safe water, improved sanitation and hygiene for children's well-being.
The School Sanitation Solutions Challenge aims to encourage children to cultivate interest in environmental sanitation, influence them to become sanitation conscious agents of change, and also build capacity for children to co-create sustainable sanitation solutions. As the grand finale of the 5th School Sanitation Solutions Challenge, which saw 4 outstanding students emerging as top winners of the competition, National Director for World Vision Ghana, Laura Christina Del Valle, highlighted the motivation that drives World Vision to prioritize and promote sustainable wash services in various settings, including communities, households, schools, healthcare facilities, and public places, praising the children for their innovative products that promote environmental sustainability. Managing Director of Zone Lion Ghana Limited, Gloria Opoku Anti, encouraged parents to support their children's participation in extracurricular activities, citing benefits to creativity and environmental awareness.
Children at the schools will learn the practices, sanitation practices, take them home, and we have seen the keen interest. Even children at the pre-schools are also showing interest. What it means or what it tells us is that their elder brothers and sisters who are in the class are showing what they are learning in their homes. That is why we believe that if we continue to invest in the basic schools in terms of environment, sanitation, water, hygiene issues, there are many benefits, but mostly the main beneficiary we are Ghana.
The competition came to a thrilling conclusion with 4 outstanding students going home with cash prizes, computers, and waste bins.
All right, so we're coming back with more details very shortly. Do stay with us. If you just came through, this is News Tonight. We're back shortly with more.
GHOne OV van has been one of the best vans I've used personally in this country. It runs a system where we are able to run on Dante to be able to do our broadcast mixed well also from this van.
I've used this OB van for quite a number of big productions, i.e. 3 music awards, the late President Rollis' state funeral, Emmys Africa Awards, and a number of them.
My experience with the GHOne van has been the state of the art equipment they have. Personal experience is you can use it for both indoor and outdoor, all events, conferencing, like anything you need a van to work for you, GHOne provides it.
My experience with the van has been very good. Why? Because it has a number of facilities that I may not get in other vans. You know, the van has a very wide bench that can accommodate all my technical crew, ICCU, switcher, graphics, CG, and all of that. And then it also has a studio, a green room studio that comes with TriCaster. So if you want somebody to do commentary on a live event, you can put that presenter who's in that studio as well and get that running.
To give an experience to our audience, we're also watching on TVs and online. Work with an Exo technology system, which makes your video mixing with Panasonic cameras, like a lot of other stuff in terms of content you need to get also for your live broadcasts.
I prefer the GHOne van to a lot of other vans I've used, or even doing my own setup on a tabletop setup, because on a production you see a number of people in the van, and so if you have a very small van, it means that it's going to be choked, and that will affect the creativity as well. The price has been discounted as well to accommodate varied budgets, and so no matter the budget you have, I understand you can have the truck and do business with it.
It looks huge, but very affordable. Cost is really, really affordable. My experience with this EMI Awards last year, super excellent. Try it, call them, and I'm going to give you the best of price. really affordable.
All right, so all is set for us to bring you Insight tonight. Insight is proudly brought to you by Pepsodent. With Pepsodent, every smile matters. Let's get to court on Insights, and here leading members of the Democracy Hub, Oliver Mausi Baka Vomowo, Felicity Nelson, and 11 others have been remanded into police custody for charges including unlawful damage. Well, this was after the circuit court in Accra, presided over by His Honor Kwabena Obri Yeboah, heard arguments from both defense lawyers and prosecution and upheld prosecution's submission, while Oliver Baka Vomowo pleaded not guilty to 8 counts, including stealing. 11 others, including Felicity Nelson, denied wrongdoing for 6 charges. My colleague Mutala Enusa has more.
The hope and expectation of Oliver Baka and some 12 others for the High Court to grant them bail has been dashed because the courts did not accept their request for bail. This was after state prosecutors led by Nana Akusi, a senior state attorney, opposed to the request for bail. One of the things that came to the fore, particularly with respect to Oliver Baka Vomowo, was that prosecution made reference to the point that he is standing trial for treason felony at the High Court and he is on bail, and subsequently being on bail he has got himself involved in another offense. So when granted bail, the chances are that he could commit more offenses. In respect to the other accused persons, the prosecution also made the point that when granted bail, they will not be able to avail themselves to stand trial. The defense lawyers raised a lot of objection the way and manner things were happening, but in all, His Honor Mr. Kwabena Obri Yeboah ruled that the court is declining the request for bail for the next 2 weeks until October 8th. What the court has directed is that the issue of the well-being of the accused persons came to the fore. In this case, the court directed that prosecution should ensure that they are being fed twice a day and should also make sure that medical facilities are made available when they are going through issues so that they can resolve. So that is the outcome of this very case. 13 of them, one person was absent. Oliver Baka today made an appearance in court and you could see visibly that he wasn't well, and so he came to court hoping that he would be granted bail, but unfortunately for the next 2 weeks, October 8th, he has to be in police custody. Martin Kweku, who has also been following this case keenly, has this to say.
Where the judge himself or herself wants to inspect that data, the judge would say, no, please provide that for me when the judge wants to inspect. Otherwise, it's part of the norm, the practice that when bail is granted, ask you interview any CID here, they will tell you that when bail is granted, the surety just don't show up in court and start signing the bail form. No, they would go to the house of the sureties to check, and also by practice they check the homes of the accused. So that's a no-brainer at all.
In fact, the atmosphere at the premises of the court was very charged. Let's see how Oliver Baka came out from the court moment after being remanded. The defense lawyers led by Dr. Justice Stremsai indicated clearly that they are going to subject this very ruling of the court to appeal. The request for bail surely will be repeated at the High Court in the coming days. Until then, the accused persons will still be in lawful custody. From the Circuit Court here in Accra, Mutala Inusa, GHOne.
All right, so we'll definitely want to stay on the subject some more. Mutala has joined me right here in the studio for more. Mutala, thank you very much for your time. I want to find out what reasons did the court give for refusing bail.
So following the prosecution's submission, yesterday the defense lawyers made their point. Prosecution responded to it. But today, before prosecution will move on, the plea of Oliver Barker was taken because yesterday he was not in court. And remember that yesterday, the accused persons who were in court, their plea were taken in respect of 6 counts. Oliver has 8. 2 counts were added. Offensive conduct to the breach of peace and stealing. They said the ignition, the car, absolutely. The keys that he took away, they charged him for stealing. So they took his plea, 8 counts. He denied all of them. Then the lawyers, Dr. Justice Stremsai made a bail application. So this is a man who he's not a flight risk, he's gainfully employed, he's a lawyer, he's a father. When he even move out of the country, that one would rather affect him more because he has so many things to do. So everything points clearly that he will stand trial when you grant him bail and all that. Prosecution, as part of opposing to the bill, drew the court attention to the fact that Oliver Barker is a subject matter of treason felony at the High Court, and he has been granted bail. As part of the bail conditions is that you don't do something untoward. And they feel that having involved himself in this whole matter, it means that when granted bail, the chances are that he could commit some more of such nature. So the court should look at the situation and deny them bail. On the other accused persons, they make the point that one of the reasons the court can grant you bail is whether you are gainfully employed, whether you have a fixed place of abode, and whether the court, after assessing everything, is of the considered view that everything shows that when granted bail, or you have persons of substantial means to stand surety for you, then the court can grant you bail. The court look at the situation and say, look, we have not been able to show that you have fixed places of abode. You've mentioned all those things, but nothing has been shown to convince the court. So at this particular point in time, the court is declining to give them or refusing to give them bail until such time that the court will change its mind. So they've been remanded, all of them, including one person who, Fanny Otu, he yesterday, together with Oliver Barker, were told that they were sick. But today, Oliver managed to come to court. He could not come. So out of the 13 who are on the charge sheet, 12 of them appeared, and the court saying that together with all of them, they should go into police custody until October 8th. But the court is also making some orders to the police. One issue that came to the fore was about how the accused persons complain about treatment. One, they mentioned that
I definitely was coming to issues surrounding food, issues surrounding health care. Well, some have said that I'm asthmatic and I'm not even giving that proper care. Did the court try resolving that?
Yeah, so what the court clearly indicated was that the police should make sure that the accused persons are fed twice a day. The court is saying that they should ensure that if any of them is unwell, the person should be taken to hospital. The welfare of the accused persons are paramount. The court also made an order to the prosecution, I must say, to file disclosures and other processes that it will rely on in respect of this case, and same served on accused persons before the next court sitting. So clearly, those are some of the things that the court put in place while remanding the accused persons into police custody.
Mutala, share numbers with me because my viewers would want to get a clearer understanding. Were there more people arraigned before the courts?
So since Tuesday, we have 39 minus 1. So 40 minus 1, meaning 39. The other person
Fanny?
No. So initially, on Tuesday...
So Fanny has been remanded now.
Yeah, Fanny's case isn't even aside. On Monday, 40 people were on the charge sheet before the court. 4 separate charge sheets. All of them were present except one person. So the 39 were granted bail. The one person is assumed that he's absconded. So the court has issued a bench warrant for that person. So 40. So 39 were remanded. So the other person, the bench warrant, is searching for him. Then yesterday, 13. Out of the 13, Fanny and then Oliver Barker were sick, so they were not in court. So 11 were present in court. And the court, after hearing submission from the defense counsel, says that we'll come today and continue. So today, when the case was called, instead of the 11 that came yesterday, Oliver was present. So he made it 12. So Fanny was absent. So if you add all, since Tuesday to now, we have 52. And today, guess who else was arraigned? Benjamin Ekufudakun is also one of the leading members in relation to this whole activities. He was arraigned today and was also charged. He pleaded not guilty and has also been remanded. So in all, 53 people have been remanded in relation to this matter.
The numbers increasing in the Mutala. Thank you very much, and definitely you should keep your cameras right here, your eyes right here, as we bring you more details on this particular story. That would do for Insight. We appreciate Pepsodent for making it possible for us to bring you Insight tonight. It's now time for me to bring you all the updates that you were looking for on the political front. So in politics tonight, it appears the issue of how to deal with illegal mining will continue until elections, as the two leading political parties are proposing different means of dealing with the miners, while the opposition, NDC, is proposing the setting up of proper regulations for mining. It, however, is accusing the governing MPP of being responsible for the recent surge in the destruction of the environment by illegal miners. Let's listen to the running mate of the NDC, that's Professor GHOne Nana Opoku Agyeman, speaking in the Amenfi Central constituency on Wednesday.
Maybe no chrome. Also, I galamsey. No one soon say no. The man I say about for the near church I am ban. The mobile or the mobile now. In Sumara, all say I want up one bra. On say one a dachi. On say one in Bibia. Is in Shapamon Ezerba. Mobile. Sadam na bana so baya. I try no kwana onye. Na I try no kwana agent the man no so kaye monyim. Efi nsu ni say so no no asen. Wo enda na obanadam. Ntu no ya sampa kra Yezerba. Emebunu no. Yenyim de wo hie adwuma. Ono so ka ho tin ye 24-hour economy ni Yezerba na. Ya sa no ho asa osisi ano. Ono nya baze. Adwuma na ori eju oruko n'enyim no. Yenye wura na bakwa akatina ho boko na ebisa da uncle enti sanye na ye wo he nyina ye adwuma wo waso ho na mbaframa so pi wo ho a wonye adwuma nye na ndisi fo bo ho yan kase onye yamba na wonye adwuma nye no eso onko school akọ eso onko suaze ma pie da wo ye bia wa ye wo ye ya wo tinefie onya zo ye baten bia daw. Inti eboko run ho ne ye kebisa na ebeye dan na afadom kakra ka ho ebe no kwa na ye mboa wo ma obeye a ebotu ba afadom kakra eza aka wo adwuma no ebi ebi bakado mi hia mfir ebi bakado ma mandwuma ya mze adwuma ebo ma bra ma ka fa bi so no ya bra ha we ye hwe ne ye ntensen no na etu ma obi so wa abaka ho.
NDC's GHOne Nana Opoku Agyeman, but the governing party's running mate, that's Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, says the proposed solutions to deal with the mining sector in the party's manifesto are bold addressing the chiefs and people of Numreso and Trapiaso in the Odotobri constituency, Dr. Opoku Prempeh urged the gathering to embrace the proposals from the party ahead of the 2024 elections.
Chinese for the India for Amatita Kutia, Omaka Sika, Rokutu, no, the I said, the Abena and more home for negotiation of Akoya Juba, a very different. A very different. Abena Baba Wuska. Now, by the gold denied, the young Tom Mamma and so forth. Now, by the gold denied, I should Ghana, Macana, I know the Juba crew. And the Baba crew said the home for so every day, and they are live put through. I don't want to understand you would hear. And the credit said, over the Buddha assassins, so would go code, I chuckle code, and go ready to follow. Also, baby, I was said, yet the mind name one over. I was said, over how the window did you on so many, also, yeah, baby. The kid said, over Buddha assassins, so jabby. Assassin for jabby. Now, chronicle so no home for swa. Was a Basaya day. I do ya buying Shaya or Divan.
Well, you can always trust EIB Network to bring you the best of politics throughout the country. Well, we'll be updating you with more politics in our subsequent bulletin. That's about it for your election hub. Well, in other stories tonight, parents have been encouraged to inculcate the habit of reading into their children at an early age. Well, according to the organizers of the Inter-Reading School quiz, this helped build the young minds to learn. Well, the call was made during the launch of the 4th edition of the Inter-Schools Reading Quiz 2024 here in Accra, with the aim to involve parents in the development of literacy of the awards.
The launch of the Inter-Schools Reading Quiz 2025 is aimed to foster love for reading and improve literacy skills among children between the ages of 6 and 14 in schools in Ghana. Addressing the media during the launch, Angela Duho said the Inter-Schools Reading Quiz will help enhance literacy and build children to become responsible thinkers and good leaders in the country.
It's a platform that is going to encourage young talent to read, to be readers, thinkers, and people who make good decisions for the country of Ghana. I think also it's a good platform to enhance the literacy plan for Ghana in the development of the socio-economic development of Ghana. And I'm really happy about this launch and looking forward to all the exciting and engaging reading that we're going to have with the schools in the next 10 months. I'm pretty sure that the young cubs, as the baby cubs call them, are looking forward to the experience reading 1,000 books, 1,000 plus books to engage and become very good thinkers and leaders for the future of Ghana.
The head of marketing at Pebi Cubs, Veronica Afosuhima, said reading is the way forward in promoting literacy in developing countries such as Ghana.
Inter-school reading quiz has actually come to stay to shape the narrative. Gone are the days where reading used to be a chore. I mean, when you do something wrong, your parents would want to scold you by even giving you a book to read. But today we've moved from that generation. Reading can actually take you to places you've not actually seen. And so the cognitive thinking, the thinking capacity, the building confidence, and also empowering young people. Reading is the way to go.
Reverend Emmanuel Apia is the head of the evangelism ministry of the Church of Pentecost, and he called on parents in the country to encourage their children to take part in the reading competition.
I want to just encourage our parents to maybe enroll their children on this, register them, and we will expose them to many other things, whether a minister or whoever. If you really want your children to be on the top, I think that giving them the opportunity that Pedicab has given to our children will help your children to also come out with their potentials in them.
Meanwhile, some participants used the platform to call on the organizers to consider including children within the ages of 6 and 14, but are persons with disability, to enter the competition.
If we are able to have the various books that the children are reading, we'll be able to make a lot of meaning from what it is that is coming on board. And so for us, we are thinking that would be a very good platform to enroll our children on. And I think that having come here and seeing what the children are doing today will be a great platform for children with disability, especially children with hearing impairment.
All right, so if you're thinking about a loan opportunity, then please stay with us with business as we have this little information for you. Up next, we're bringing you the latest happenings from our world of business. Loan, you just need your ID card, your national ID card. You just go to Bill's Microcredit and definitely they will process a loan for you. It's a hassle-free loan. It's now time for business. And here, board chairman of the Electricity Company of Ghana, that's the ECG, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, has assured the public of continuous effort to ensure uninterrupted power supply in the wake of challenges in the supply of gas at Atwabo. We're responding to concerns about near collapse of the power sector and the dissolution of the board and resignation of the senior manager of the ECG. The majority leader, who also doubles as the MP for Efutu, admitted the need for some reforms as Afenyo-Markin was speaking during the announcement of David Asamoah's Deputy Managing Director in charge of Commercial Services as now the acting Managing Director of ECG, following the resignation of Samuel Dubik Mahama on Wednesday.
I accept the fact that we must place our shoulders to the wheel for reforms. I mean, from outside and coming in. I think that ECG can be very efficient if we subject ourselves to reforms. And reform would involve engaging all stakeholders internally and communicating these to the external stakeholders. So it's an all-inclusive matter. And I don't want this blame game approach that we are blaming the public and the public is also blaming us. Because at the end of the day, the board has a mandate and there's a management with a mandate to deliver. So you cannot say that, oh, things are going bad. If things are going bad, what are you doing about it? All right. So he will be right in calling for reforms, which I support. And that's why in my earlier submission, I stated that certain steps have been put in place, certain steps are in the way, and management will address the media from time to time. But the public will be assured that every effort will be made to ensure uninterrupted supply of power.
Well, in fulfillment of its corporate social responsibilities, Malcolm Group of Companies has donated various items to the Greater Accra Regional Police Command and the Dakuman District Police Command. Well, the gesture, which forms one of the many positive community impact activities over the years, is to augment the efforts of the police service to deliver on its mandate of maintaining law and order for all.
Speaking with the media, Group General Manager Francis Sam emphasized the crucial role the Ghana Police Service plays in the country by creating a conducive environment for businesses to thrive.
When the Ghana Police Services call upon us, we always review their request, because without safety and security, the focus of our CSR cannot stand. So without safety and security, all other things that Malcolm wants to do cannot flourish. That's why we considered their request and continue to support them. we feel by aiding them in this quest, they will be able to do their work well.
Receiving the items, Public Relations Officer of the Greater Accra Regional Police Command, Superintendent Juliana Obing, commended Malcolm for the kind gesture and also said the police is committed to the protection of lives and property.
I only say that we are grateful for having us. We are hoping that our journey does not end here. Going into the 2024 general elections, we would certainly come back to ask for our support. And we hope that when we do, you will grant us the audience that you have done us today. Once again, we are privileged to be here and we're hoping that we get to work together.
The items donated include a refrigerator, water dispenser, and office furniture. During the presentation, a minute's silence was observed in memory of the late Group Communications Director GHOne Avenobo, who passed away last month.
Well, may the soul of GHOne Avenobo rest in perfect peace. That'll do for business for tonight, but we're not done. Very shortly, we'll bring you the latest from our world of sports. All right, so if you're looking for some updates from the women's soccer world, then Monica Bukri is already standing by, prepared for the latest. Monica, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Kweku. Kweku, pretty soon Ghana football will have scouts coming from Barcelona to look out for our players here, according to the man behind Udro transfer to Barcelona. I've got details of that, plus you see Basigi all coming up shortly, so do stay. In sports, the man responsible for transferring Accra Lions Football Club player David Odro, Yusuf Abubakar, has revealed exclusively to GHOne TV Sports that Barcelona is coming to Ghana to scout for more talent. This comes after successful signings of Abdul Aziz Issa and David Odro, who have both arrived in Camp Nou.
Yes, so David told me that. I was like, but Kevin was Kevin's a Ghanaian, but it's a German. Yeah. You know, so when we put Kevin aside, he's the first Ghanaian to ever sign for Barcelona, and more so going straight from Ghana, and you know, Aziz joining and all that. So yeah, so the impact is so huge because I'm seeing it every day, and in fact, these guys are doing wonders already because Barcelona is very open to taking more Ghanaian players. Yeah, they've spoken to us about it already. So we have been bringing them to Ghana very soon.
Now, former coach of Hazakes ladies, Yusuf Basige, has disclosed to GHOne TV Sports he settled on Tanzanian side Simba Queens because he was impressed by their structures and the massive fan base of the club. Speaking exclusively to my colleague Nana Ama Ajiman via Zoom from his base in Tanzania, Yusuf Basige revealed he had a number of offers on his table but opted for Simba Queens despite the team struggling to find its feet in the Women's League.
Simba Queens, they have very big followers. If you look at their structures, it's a big club. They have not been too long in the system, in the women's game, but because of the support base that the men have, here, I had a lot of offers, but I decided that no. From what I have on my table, I would rather opt for Simba Queens because they have very good structures, they have very good followers, and well, let me come and then test the waters for at least 1 year and then see how it will go, because I also have my plans for them, how to raise the team, because I know where the level is, and I want to use 1 year to see the level at which I'll move the team to.
Meanwhile, Yusuf Basige revealed his team objective is to help Simba Queens win the league in Tanzania. The Ghana Women Under-20 coach noted the team, unlike its male counterparts, have struggled in their performances. He therefore plans to elevate Simba Queens to win the league and progress to other cup competitions in the country with his backroom staff.
To improve the game, because bringing my expertise from what I'm seeing, yes, I still have work to do with them. I've made them aware they are a very good side, but we still have a lot of work to do because we have to also move on up to the level that they are looking up to. I know they won the league last season, and they could not qualify to the Champions League, which would be a big headache and a burden on me, as well as the team, not me alone. I've told them we can get there if we work as a team. And I think that would be one of their happiest moments if they're able to win the league and then advance to the Sekafa and then to Champions League. So there's a lot of work to be done.
And that's all for sports. I am Monica Bukari. Back to you, Kweku, for more news.
All right, thank you very much, Monica Bukari. It's now time for me to refresh you with some entertainment news on GHOne. Artificial intelligence chat box. Well, users will also be able to get information from AI versions of Aquafina, Keegan, Michael Key, and Kristen Bell. Well, Meta's chief executive Mark Zuckerberg made the announcement during the company's annual Connect conference, which unveiled the first working prototype of Meta's augmented reality glasses called Orion. Users will be able to interact with Orion through hand tracking, voice, and wrist-based interface. Meta also announced an entry-level version of its Quest line of mixed reality handsets, with prices for the new Quest, that's 3S, started at some $300 US. All right, so we're grateful for your time tonight. My name is Kweku, Temeng Bulletin led by Musa Lansa. On behalf of the entire production team tonight, we would want to salute you and appreciate you and also urge you to stay on this channel. The best is yet to come. Do stay.